All right, guys. Today we're going to be doing a quick review and comparison of the new Surface Pro 4 on the left and the new Samsung Tab S2 on the right. Okay, guys, to start off this review, we're going to go ahead and start with the operating systems in both tablets. So the Surface Pro 4 is using OS X, which is really nice, and it's customized to the Surface. Great interface, and one really cool thing that you can do is you can switch to tablet mode. So if you click right here and push this, you switch to tablet mode, which is a kind of like the first generation of the Surface software. It has everything in panels like a tablet, and you can always switch back to the full Windows version, which you can get everything displayed just like this. And for anyone who's using Windows and is upgraded to Windows 10, this is what you're used to. Now on the right, the Samsung is going to be using Android Lollipop 5.1. And sometime early 2016, probably February or March, it will be upgrading to the new Android system. To anyone who's used Android, Lollipop it's great. It's easy to use. Scroll left, you have Flipboard. You can pull down. You have all the different things. So it's pretty much you're getting the same exact interface that you'd be getting on your phone, but in a tablet. So it's great. It's easy to use. It's light, and you're really getting that pure, close to pure Google experience. So let's talk about displays real quick. Both of these, the Surface and the Tab S2, offer great displays. Specifically, the Surface is going to have a 2736 by 1824 display. It's a 3.2 aspect ratio. It's going to give you 267 ppi. So great display. You can dim the settings. You can brighten the settings. You can use it indoors and outdoors. Great display. Now over here, the Samsung is going to be using a 2048 by 1536 display, giving you 320 ppi. So the Samsung is going to have a higher density of pixels per inch. It's also using a QXGA Super AMOLED display. So they're both great displays, but when comparing both tablets versus the Surface, I'm going to have to give it to the Samsung. So storage and RAM are a big factor in the overall performance of any computer or tablet. So let's get into that right now. The Surface Pro 4 is going to come in either 128 gigabyte hard drive, 256 gigabyte hard drive, 512, or you can go all the way up to 1 terabyte hard drive. Now on the right, the Samsung is going to come with 32 gigabyte hard drive, but it is expandable up to 128 gigs. And for my particular version, I was able to get a 64 gigabyte micro SD card from Best Buy for $19.99. And that's been more than enough for me. Now, as far as RAM goes, here's where the Surface is going to win. The standard Surface is going to come with 4 gigs. You can go up to 8 gigs and all the way up to 16 gigs of RAM. So very impressive. And this RAM is going to give you that really, really, really quick, on-the-go speed, multitasking and all the good stuff. Now over to the right, the Samsung is going to come standard with 3 gigs of RAM built in. So really good, but the 3 gigs is optimized for the tablet, so they both perform really well. As far as speed, overall performance, didn't really see a difference between the two. They both perform excellent with multitasking. Now, both the Surface and the Samsung Tab S2 have cameras, but I probably wouldn't recommend using the cameras. But just to go over the specs real quickly, on the Surface, you're going to get a 5 megapixel camera in the front and an 8 megapixel camera in the rear, and you'll be able to shoot video at 1080 HD recording. So for Skype calling, video calling, great camera in the front, but as far as taking pictures with it, probably don't want to be that person walking around with the tablet taking photos. Now for the Samsung, you're going to have a 2.1 megapixel camera in the front, which is decent, not as good as the Surface, and an 8 megapixel camera in the rear, so exact same megapixels for the rear cameras, and you will have a digital zoom on that one. So once again, I wouldn't probably recommend you walking around using a tablet or a slate computer to take pictures, but if you're ever in a crunch, you need to, you do have the capabilities of doing that with both. So sound quality is a big factor in the overall performance of a tablet. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and play the same YouTube video. It's going to be a YouTube video from my channel, the Microsoft Surface Pro 4 review YouTube video. One thing I do want to point out is that the Samsung does have a YouTube app, which is great, easy to use from the Android store. And there is no YouTube app for the Surface, so that is kind of annoying. So to test this sound, let's go ahead and hit play, and I'm going to turn them all the way up on both so you can see the sound. Okay guys, today we will be reviewing the new Microsoft Surface Pro 4. During the review today, we're just going to go over some of the key features, functions, tips, tricks. So my first impressions of the sound when I first got it was I was really impressed. Very loud, booming. You can feel the room. Very impressed with that. And now let's go ahead and look at the sound on the Samsung Tab S2. During the review today, we're just going to go over some of the key features, functions, and that's all the way turned up. Things that I liked, didn't like, and overall impressions of the new tablet. Guys, we're going to start this review with going over the overall. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this one and play this one again so you guys can see things that I liked, didn't like, and overall impressions of the new tablet. Guys, we're going to start this review with going over the overall. Go back over here. The tablet. So they definitely improved it, and some of them last year. Really good build quality. The tablet's actually made up of. Okay, guys. So you can both see that the Surface is going to definitely beat the Samsung as far as speaker quality and sound. If I had one complaint about the Samsung, it would be the lack of speaker quality and sound. It's really not that loud, whether it's YouTube, Netflix, Hulu. The speakers really aren't that loud. And that's one thing that I'm going to go ahead and say that the Surface is going to beat this hands down. And also the iPad is going to have way better speakers than the Samsung. So Samsung, come on guys, it's time to step up those speakers, because that is a very important thing. It's a factor. It helps improve the overall quality of a device. So let's talk about Microsoft Office. When I got the Microsoft Surface Tab Pro 4, I was excited to get the tablet. I thought to myself, like, hey, I can replace my laptop. This can do everything. This is going to be great. Also with the the Tab S2, even though it's only a tablet, it does have great functionality. So one thing I wanted to point out that kind of, pissed me off when I first got the Surface is that when I went to go look, to try out the Excel, PowerPoint, and Word, you go to Get Office, and this is what pops up. So instead of, after I spent $1,200 on my Surface, instead of, getting, the software that Microsoft is known for, you can get a 30-day free trial, and you can get a discount on Office 365, which is like, I think, $85 a year, which seems to be a little ridiculous, and I'm not a fan of that at all. Now, on the other hand, on the Samsung, it actually came with all the Microsoft apps for free, which have been great. So I can, pull up Word and pretty much run full Word. So it's kind of ironic that on the Samsung, I'm going to get these Microsoft apps, and there's no time limit on them. They're straight mine for free. As long as I have the tablet, they're mine. Don't have to worry about it. To me, that's a win. And something that Microsoft missed the target on completely. I don't know why they decided to go this path other than to make more money. But to me, the Samsung, I've been able to, write out Word documents, make spreadsheets, do PowerPoints, all for free. Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, OneDrive, all of these, Microsoft products coming for free with the Samsung, but not with the Microsoft tablet. So I'm going to have to give it to the Samsung on this one. Microsoft, come on, don't be greedy. One of the big advantages that the Surface is going to have over the Samsung is going to be the keyboard and the pen. So the keyboard does not come with it. You have to buy it separately. The Samsung doesn't have a keyboard either, but you can buy them separately, as you can see on Amazon. There's plenty of keyboards. There's the original Samson one that's supposed to be really good. I haven't used it yet, but it's on sale for $117, normally $150. And there's a couple other generic ones going anywhere from 30, up to 40 to 50. So there are options if you want it. With the Microsoft, you're going to be spending, I believe it's $130 for the keyboard. So that is kind of expensive. And if you do want the keyboard, you're going to have to take that into advantage. But, the keyboard does, it feels good. The one thing that I would say is sometimes it does kind of feel kind of flimsy. It's really not that, to me, that tough. And over, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I would be afraid that this is going to break, and then I'd just be out at $130, which would make me very upset. The keypad here does feel good. It clicks. It feels just like a laptop. I will say this is great. For the pen, most of the reviews online have been graded for the pen. I like it. I think that it's pretty cool. I probably wouldn't use it every day. I have a Samsung Note 4 for my phone, and I do use that pen, but not that often. I mainly just use that pen for copying and pasting. So for me, I probably wouldn't use this pen that much, but it does come with it, which is cool. But over the last 3 weeks I've had this Microsoft Surface, I have not really used the pen, but as you can see, it does work pretty good. So that is a cool little advantage for the Microsoft. But like I said, for the keyboard's nice. It's extra expense, but you can get a keyboard over here too. So I'm going to give it to the Surface as far as the pen and the keyboard. But if you really want a keyboard, you can get that, as you can see on Amazon, for for the same price. Overall dimensions, both Microsoft and Samsung have done a great job in maximizing the dimensions of the device. They're both great devices and easy to hold. Now, with the Microsoft Surface, we're going to be looking at 11.5 by 7.93, and it's only going to be 0.33 inches. So great device, slim, great build. Good job, Microsoft. With this iteration of the Surface tablet, you've made drastic improvements. It's a great device to hold in your hands. Now, guys, with the Samsung, again, another great device, super nice device, slick device, great, easy to hold in your hand. You can hold it in one hand. You're going to be looking at 9.34 inches long, 6.65 inches wide, and just 0.22 inches thick. So super slim device, and it's going to be significantly slimmer than the Microsoft. So you can see them side by side. Both great profiles, both great devices, and they're both really not that heavy. I'm going to put the Samsung on top of the Microsoft, as you can kind of see the size difference. As far as overall weight, the Samsung's only going to weigh 13.72 ounces, so this is super light, and that's one of the things they advertise, and it's really true. It's a super light device. Now, the Microsoft, however, you have a lot more hardware, and it's a bigger device. You're going to be looking at 1.69 pounds, so significantly heavier, but not that bad at all. So, once again, both great devices, great form, not that bad in weight, and I think both manufacturers did a great job on that one. For any mobile device, battery life is going to be a huge factor in the overall satisfaction of the device for the user. So with the Surface, you're going to be looking at about 9 hours of video playback and probably somewhere around 8 to 10 hours of internet usage. So surfing internet, you're going to get anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. Now with the Samsung, you'll be looking at 8 hours of internet usage, 109 hours of music playback, and roughly 12 hours of video playback. And for the video playback, guys, on both tablets, it's really going to depend on the screen brightness you have and how many apps you have open for both. So my recommendation is if you're on the go and you can't charge in, that I would close any application you're not using and probably set the screen to medium brightness. That's how you can get the best battery life out of both. I can get through a full day on the go with both devices, and I was pretty satisfied with both devices' overall battery. Okay, let's talk price here. So the Microsoft Surface is going to come in starting at $899 for the M3 version, $999 for the i5, which is this is the one I have, and I'd probably recommend the i5 for most people. The M3, you're going to save $100, but in the long run, I am not confident in recommending the M3 processor. It's more of a mobile processor, and I would probably say go ahead and spring for the extra $100 and get the i5. And there's also going to be an i7 version that's going to start at $1599. So here we have the Best Buy website. Right now, they're not any sales, but there have been multiple sales on these. So if you just keep an eye on it, you can probably find something, a good sale price. In the very beginning, there was a sale that Microsoft was offering where if you trade in an old laptop, you can get, I believe it was $200 towards one or $100 towards one. So keep an eye out. If you want to get this one, you can find a good sales price, and most companies will price match each other or even online. So you can price match Amazon. Now for the Tab S2, the price normally is going to be $499 for the 32 gig model and $599 for the 64 gig model. But as you can see right now, Best Buy has a sale where you can get the 64 gig model for $449, so you're going to save $150 off the original price, and you can get the 32 gig model for $399, saving $100 off the original price. I personally got the 32 gig model. There was a promotion the first week where you could trade any old tablet, and I got $150 off. I believe it was a $50 gift card and a $100 coupon. So I only paid $350 for mine. So if you keep your eye out, you can find good sales on both. So both, pretty good prices for what you're getting, and both competitive. Hey guys, time for the final question. Which one is the winner? Is it going to be the Microsoft Surface Pro 4, or will it be the Samsung Tab S2? It's really hard to answer that question, and I would probably say it all depends. Guys, it's going to depend on what you're going to use the tablets for. So if you're looking for a full laptop replacement, of course it's going to be the Microsoft over here. It literally is a full computer. Processing speed, computing speed, all of the above. If you're a student that wants to use it, this is going to be a great tool for you to replace a laptop. It's a great tool. The one thing that I would say is I'm, again, not a big fan of not having to pay extra for the Microsoft Office tools. I know students do get discounts in the library, so if you are a college student, you can probably get a discount and not pay the full price, which, then again, could make it, a great value for you. Now, if you're not in school and you're just looking for, something mobile, something that can, handle media, YouTube, Googling stuff, all the above, and you're used to the mobile platform, I would go with the Samsung Tab S2. For me, this is probably my day-to-day winner. I use this every day. When I'm at home, when I'm traveling, it's just more convenient for me. And also, it's kind of one advantage is I'm used to the Android. I'm an Android user, so it's easier for me. I have all my stuff linked together, so it just works better for me. And when I do need to do, other things like, work on a resume, work on an Excel sheet, I can do it on the Samsung. So to me, the better value is going to be the Samsung, but for someone who needs heavier computing usage, I would, go over here. So anyways, guys, thank you for the time. Thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, hit that like button for me. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and hit the comment button and write something down. If you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a great day.